Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm walking you through our first Azure Standard haul of this new year. At the end of this video, I'm also sharing my recipe for fermenting purple cabbage into a delicious vitamin-packed sauerkraut that is great for your gut health, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Starting with 50 pounds of organic russet potatoes for $45.75. That is 92 cents per pound. At Walmart, it's over $5 for a 3-pound bag of organic potatoes, so this price amazed me. These potatoes were also divided into 5-pound bags, which is very helpful. We're storing them in our basement to use as needed for meals. Next, we have organic white basmati rice that came in a 25-pound bag for $45.94, making it $1.84 per pound. I used to only get my organic rice from Aldi because it was the most affordable option at the time, but going for this 25-pound bag was a more affordable price than Aldi's over time. Now, if you can't go all in for this giant bag right away, Aldi is still a great option for organic rice and quinoa. We use this rice for soups, burrito bowls, and Oriental-style meals. Continuing with 25 pounds of organic soft white wheat berries. These were $16.59, which is 66 cents per pound. I'm always amazed at the soft white wheat berries price. This is my 5th time buying these, and we use them in our quick breads, pancakes, and pie crusts. Next is a 44-pound bag of Azure Market pink Himalayan salt in a velvet texture. This bag was $41.74. That's $1.05 per pound. Now, I've been trying to get this velvet texture for months, but they're always sold out of it. Finally, I saw this random 44-pound option and jumped on it. Salt doesn't go bad, right? Next, we have a 5-pound box of organic unpitted medjool dates for $29.07. That's $5.81 per pound. We love to snack on these dates as a little after-dinner treat. These are also the base for my granola bars and energy ball recipes. Continuing with a 5-pound box of frozen Azure Market raspberry pieces for $12.65, which is $2.53 per pound. I'm hoping to use these in some jams as add-ins to yogurt and cream cheese. Moving on to a 5-pound box of organic diced frozen onions for $24.34, which is $4.87 per pound. I kind of stumbled across these unintentionally. I was looking for raw onions and found that these were more affordable and I didn't have to chop them. So I'm giving these a try and seeing if they make our dinners a little more efficient. Next, we have the Azure Clean dishwasher powder for $37.68 for an 8-pound bag, which is $4.71 per pound. This is a repurchase for us. It cleans our dishes well, and I don't have to scrub everything off before loading the dishwasher. Next, we purchased these organic millet and brown rice ramen noodles. It was the family pack that came with 6 10-ounce bags of noodles for $33.48, which is $5.58 per 10-ounce bag. I love noodle soups and ramens, and I appreciate the way these noodles are packaged. We've tried a package already, and they have a nice flavor and texture. Continuing with 1 gallon of organic maple syrup, that was $69.70, which is 54 cents per fluid ounce. This is probably honestly our 5th or 6th time ordering maple syrup from Azure. We love this stuff and we use it all the time. It's a staple for us for certain. Next, we have a tub of organic cream cheese from Sierra Nevada Cheese Company. This is a 2-pound container for $16.68, which is $8.34 per pound. This might be the least cost-effective item on this list, but Jess from the Farmer's Table recommended this on one of her Azure hauls, and since I'm such a cream cheese snob, I couldn't not try it. And she was right. It is phenomenal. Continuing with a 5-pound bag of organic raw carrots, that was $6.75, making it $1.35 per pound. We'll use these for raw carrot salad, cooking in soups, and snacking. Next, we have approximately 3 pounds of organic green cabbage for $5.36, which is $1.79 per pound. We use this cabbage in fried rice and a sausage potato cabbage skillet. We also have approximately 3 pounds of organic purple cabbage for $7.01. That's $2.34 per pound. We use these cabbages to make 1 quart and 1 pint of sauerkraut, and I'm walking you through that process in just a few minutes. Next, we have 5 pounds of organic raw peanuts for $21.58, which is $4.32 per pound. We use these to make our own honey or maple roasted peanut butter that is the best peanut butter I've ever eaten. The recipe is linked below. And finally, we have 1 pound of organic crimson clover seeds for $7.35. Now, these say they're for sprouting, which is something I've never done before, but I originally bought these thinking to use them as a cover crop in my garden this season. Can I do that even though they say they're for sprouting? I think I can, but I'd appreciate any of your input on that. Now, in the middle of winter, I'm itching to grow something, so I'm considering giving sprouting some of these a chance. I'd love any tips you have for sprouting seeds too. For this sauerkraut recipe, you need your cabbage of choice and salt. For each pound of cabbage, you'll need 1 tablespoon of salt. I have just under 3 pounds of cabbage here, so I'll use just under 3 tablespoons of salt. First, remove the outer layers of the cabbage, then chop your cabbage to your desired texture. I prefer to use a mandolin for this step to get a more consistent shred, and then I take a knife and chop any bits that aren't working well with the mandolin. Once your cabbage is all chopped up, add your salt to the bowl and massage it into the cabbage. Then leave your mixture to rest for up to 30 minutes. The salt should be pulling out juice from the cabbage, which is important because when we jar up our sauerkraut, we want all of it to be completely covered by that juice. Now take your jars and start packing in the sauerkraut. I'm using a muddler to really compress all the cabbage. You do not want any air bubbles. And remember that you want all your cabbage to be submerged so that mold and bacteria don't develop on it. Once your jars are packed, you need to weigh down the cabbage so that it remains under the brine. You can use fermentation weights like I'm using here. I've also had great success with a Ziploc bag filled with water. Now I'm taking a step that I haven't done before, just as an extra step for everything to be under the brine, which is taking one of the outer leaves of the cabbage that we pulled off earlier, cutting it to size, and placing my fermentation weight on top of that cabbage leaf. I top my jars with a paper towel and canning ring. You want to make sure they have room to breathe. Then place these jars somewhere dark and cool and let them ferment to your preferred sourness. I like to do at least 2 weeks, making sure to check on them every few days, and then I'll transfer them to the fridge to be consumed. If you'd like a written recipe for sauerkraut, I'll leave it linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.